That's done.
And a collision light's on.
Clear for takeoff.
They are.
Okay.
All right, I got the radios. Take care of this. And you're going to do the takeoff again. I've got your list. All right, so you have the flight controls. You're on the brakes. And I'll walk you through it. Take a look at your windsocks. You see that we have a little bit of a breeze, maybe from the right, just a hair.
Correct.
Nothing to worry about. It's very, very, very calm.
Okay.
And I'm going to be with you on it, and I'll talk you through it. We're going to start our takeoff roll down the center. We get to, this is your speed, 40, 45, 50. When it gets up to about 55, we start bringing the nose up.
Okay.
And we're going to leave the ground somewhere around 60 knots. Hold the nose up just a little bit, and we're going to accelerate to about 79, and that's the speed we want to climb out. It is just a little less than 80. Good, you caught the plane moving. Thank you. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then I'll be your navigator, tell you how to get where we're going to go.
Got it.
Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 8441 Bravo, 27 right, ready for takeoff. Southbound departure, please.
Cherokee 8441 Bravo, Gillespie Tower, 27 right, clear for takeoff. Make left downward departure.
Clear for takeoff, 27 right, Cherokee 41 Bravo, we'll turn left. All right, so, got it? Taxi out to the yellow line. I'll look back here and make sure nobody's coming. Go ahead and taxi on out. Now, you got your hand in the right spot, but I would like you to hook your thumb over the top of this. It'll give you a little bit finer control of that. Okay?
Good on the right?
Good on the right, so just follow the yellow line, then get on the white arrow. Now, because we have a little bit of a right crosswind when we start our takeoff roll, we're going to start our takeoff roll with this here. Get on the white. All right. Now, full power. Steer with your feet. And as full power, push it all the way forward. Steer with your feet. Stay on the white line. Beautiful. As we speed up, this will come slightly neutral. All right, good. Now, watch your airspeed. There's 50 knots. Start bringing the nose up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. That's your second takeoff. Now, hold the nose down a little bit and let it speed up. Remember, if we lower the nose, the plane will speed up. So hold the nose about like that. And we'll speed up to about 80. Stabilize at 80. If you're too slow, push your nose over. If you're too fast, bring it up until we get close to 80. Perfect. Hold that. Now bring your nose up a hair. Really only need one hand on that, Clint. You can put your other hand here. The best thing to do is to put your hand here, lean that thumb against there so that throttle doesn't walk backwards on us. Okay? Nice takeoff. Very smooth.
Yeah, very good, Clint.
Okay, so in a second we're going to turn to north. Okay, so we're going to turn right and point at Mount Woodson out there. So start your turnabout now. Nice gentle turn, about a 25-degree bank. Oh, sorry.
I thought we were going south.
Yeah, we were. I'm so used to going that way.
I went, okay, we're going to go that way.
Nope, my bad.
Practicing your S's already?
Yeah, we're practicing those. All right, keep climbing. Forgot where I was headed. I was headed back out to Alpine. Okay. So keep climbing. Now, see Mount Helix? See the little low hill out there?
Yes.
In about 10 seconds, I'm going to tell you to head for that. Bring your nose down a little bit. Now, take your hand off the yoke for just a second. I want to see how we're trimmed out. Okay, good. You're trimmed right. Now, if you'll put a little pressure on that right rudder, not right aileron, but a little right pedal. That's the wrong pedal. Right pedal.
The other right.
The other right. There you go. Right pedal. Now, point to Mount Helix for a second. So we'll roll to that. We're just going to keep right on climbing. There you go.
When we climbed out last time, did we trim the climb? Or
we did.
We're doing this differently this time, right?
Well, no, I just trimmed it for you.
Okay.
That's why I took it for a second, just so you had the
Got it.
Okay.
Just trying to make sure that I'm trying to remember what we did.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to level off at 2,500 feet, but I want you to turn to a heading of 120 degrees, so about a 30-degree turn to the left. Keep climbing. We'll do our after takeoff checklist. This is where we turn off the
Collision light.
no, the electric fuel pump. Right. I got that for you. Now push your nose over. Let's level off. Now the plane's going to want to push back up, right?
Correct.
We're speeding up. Push the nose over a little bit. We've still got a little climb going. Push your nose over. All right. Now, pull the power back to about 2,400. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back a little more. More. Keep the nose down. Push the nose down. There you go. I like that.
Okay.
Now, you're going to have to trim it for straight and level, and you got a little climb, so get the nose over a little bit so we don't climb, and then trim the pressure off your hand. Relax your hand a little bit. You're tight on it. Okay. There you go. Remember that sight picture.
Do I need to roll the trim forward?
Yes, sir. Roll the trim forward to take the pressure off. Roll it back. You know, so what you're trying to do is to get it to where when you let go, it stays where you want it. So see how it's pushing up? So push it back down and roll that forward a little bit. Now take your hand off, see how it does. Better. Push it back a little bit. There you go. Push it back down. It's wanting to come up again, so push it back down. There you go. Now roll. You might have to roll forward a little bit more. Now release the yoke pressure and see how that does. Nope, still coming up. Push her back down. Roll it forward a little more. Just a little. As we speed up, the plane is trimmed for a particular speed. If we're speeding up past that speed, it's going to start to climb.
Okay. Now I understand why it was doing it.
Now let's turn to the left a little bit.
What heading?
This is good. Just roll out here. I'm just checking out here to make sure nobody's out playing where I want to go. Okay? So now, turn, and I'm going to get over here to air-to-air frequency. Okay, so see that open area out there, Clint?
Yes.
That's where we're going to go. So turn and head in that direction. I'm trying to not make you look at these a whole lot. Okay? Now let's start a descent. Remember how we started descent? You push your nose over a little bit and pull the power back. And I'll have you pull the power back to about 2,000 RPM. There you go. Pull it back. There you go. Right there. Just like that. We're still doing 95 knots because we're trimmed for about 95 knots. We don't have enough power to maintain altitude
So we're going
at
down.
that speed, so we're going downhill. We're trading altitude for airspeed. Okay, if we want to come down faster, right now we're coming down about 500 feet per minute. The way we would come down faster and maintain the same airspeed, pull the power back to about 16. Yank it on back. You're not going to hurt it. There you go. That's good. Now, the nose went down a little further so that we can continue to do 95. But look at our vertical speed. Now we're coming down at 900 feet per minute instead of 500. If you push it back to 20, push it back to 2,000. San Diego Southeast, Cherokee 8441 Bravo over Hamul at 2,200, descending for ground reference maneuvers over the cement pond. San Diego Southeast. San Diego Southeast, Cherokee 41 Bravo over Hamul, 2,100, descending for ground reference maneuvers over the cement pond. San Diego Southeast. Okay. So see, now it went back to a 500 foot per minute descent. If you put that back to 2,400 RPM, we'll go straight and level at 95 knots. Okay? So, we're coming down. We want to get down to about, I'm going to pull this power back. I have the flight controls, and I'm going to show you where we're going to do the ground reference maneuvers, and you can follow along with me. And if you want to close that, if it's getting too windy.
No, I'm fine. But
oh, either way.
We're fine.
Okay. So, there's the cement pond right down there off the left. Okay? See it? See the little retention pond in the little hill down there?
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So that's going to be our ground reference for our turns around the point. And I'm going to come on down to about 1,600 RPM, then I'm going to push the power back up so that I can maintain altitude. So now look at the pond. All right? I got my power back in. Now I'm on the pond, and I'm going to put it right on the wingtip, and I'm going to hold altitude. I had a little too much there, so I'll pull a little power out. So I started this at about 1,700, so we'll hold close to 17. So now, I don't know where the wind is coming from here. I know where it's coming from at the airport, but it may be different because of all these hills and everything. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of measuring what the wind is going to do to us. It looks like it pushed me out a little bit here, so I probably needed to be in a bit. So, guess where the pond is? Now I've put the pond on purpose a little in front of the wing, right? Now I'm going to shallow out a little bit and catch back up to the pond. So I've shallowed out, pond's back on the wingtip. Alright, that's as much as I move the pond back and forth. Got a little climb going here, so I'll ease the power back. So now, what I'm doing also with all this glare is I'm looking out at the ground. So there's like a sheep pen out here I want to be over. See the sheep pen down there where see where the color changes in the pasture?
Basically,
yes. There's a little pen down there. I want to be about over that, or just to the outside of that.
Okay.
I want to be over those trees where that van's going by there. So I'm just trying to maintain an equidistant all the way around. Whatever it takes for me to fly a circle, right? And so if we were observing somebody swimming in the cement pond, or we were counting caribou, or whatever our mission is, we'd stay on station. That's the point. All right, so there's a lap. You have the flight controls. All right. You have the flight controls. Continue to fly another lap around the pond. If the pond gets in front, shallow out. If the pond gets behind, steepen up. You added a little bit of back pressure on that. Relax your hand a little bit. And just use the one hand. The other one's for throttle.
Okay.
But use it when you need it. So now the pond's in front of the wing, isn't it?
Yeah, so how do I get
shallow out? Shallow out the bank and watch the pond move back to the wing.
Okay.
See how that works?
Got it. Now I'm getting it.
Yeah, the sight picture. It's all about that sight picture.
Right.
All right. So now, shallow out a little bit. Watch what happens when we put the pond behind the wing. So
I can't even see the pond.
I know, it's under the wing for a moment. All right. So if it gets behind the wing, the only way we can get it back on the wing
steepen it up.
is steepen it up a little bit.
Right.
See how that works?
Okay.
Now the other thing that you do, Clint, is you're looking out here at the ground to make sure that we're flying a ground track that makes sense. We don't want to fly an egg, we want to fly a circle if we can. All right, a little back pressure went in, so there you go, relax the back pressure so we don't climb up. You're doing this good for first time around. This is great. Not as hard as it sounded when we were on the ground, is it?
Well, it's feel. It's all feel.
Exactly right. Thank you. That's great. All right. Well, you got left down pretty good. Why don't you head up the valley here, Clint, and we'll head up up that way. Let's climb about 500 feet as you go that way, and we'll turn around and we'll do some to the right. So we'll come back the way we came, and we'll do some the other way. So give me power and give me a climb. Climb at 80 knots, full power. Anytime we climb, unless it's just we're moving 100 feet or so, power.
Give it all the gas.
Yes, sir. It just makes life easier. All right, head this way just a little bit. We're going to kind of do a keyhole, head to the left just a little bit. We're going to kind of do a keyhole turn to get us back so we can go the other way.
Okay.
All right. And the only reason why I'm gaining altitude right now is because I got some hills.
I was going to say, let's not run into the hills.
Well, we wouldn't, but I like having a little more altitude. Okay, so we added about 500 feet, so push the nose over, power back to cruise power, about 24. Now give me a nice coordinated turn to the right, and we'll approach the cement pond again from, we'll be on the left side of the pond, we'll put it on our right wing. All right, lower your nose a little bit, you got a little bit of a climb attitude going. There you go. And don't forget your rudder when you roll in and out of the turns.
Right.
You did that really well last lesson.
Oh, good. I can't see nothing.
That's okay. If you can't see straight ahead, look off to the side.
There you go.
See
Good
what I mean?
idea. All right. Now I can see.
All right. Lower the nose a bit. Come on around. So I'm going to get you set up for... Now, let's do a descent. Just like you did before. You lower the nose a little, pull that power back to about 2,000 RPM, and let's head downhill. There you go. Yeah, we got a little higher, so let's pull the power back a little more. We'll steepen our descent. Pull it back to 15. There you go. Let the nose come on down. So you see your pond?
Got it.
It's going to be on your right. We get down to around 1,700. Level off, I'll push the power back in. Don't worry about the power. I got your power today. There's your sheep pen. You got a better view of the sheep pen.
Yep.
All right, so start leveling off. There you go. There's 1,700 feet, right? Don't. There you go. Now, there's the pond. So... roll into it. You're going to have to look past me. Hold your nose up a little. Now, we're a little tighter to the pond this time. That's okay. We can do these tighter. You're just going to be steeper banks throughout the maneuver. That's all. And a little more back pressure will probably be needed when you're doing a steeper bank because we're giving away some of the lift. All right, so it's moving a little behind the... I'll let you see. So tighten the bank a little bit. Put it back on your wingtip. You're good.
You're getting it, Clint. You're getting it.
All right, lower the nose a little bit. Too much back pressure. Got excited. All right. Now, shallow out a little bit because it's moving in front. There you go. Now, pull the nose up. Split the difference. There you go.
Excellent.
All right, too much back pressure. Reduce the back pressure. There you go. Not as hard as it sounded, is it?
No, feel.
Yeah. Okay. Head that away. I'm going to make one of these heading indicators that I'm going to put this away, that away, and the other way. I'm going to write that. I'm going to silk screen that on there. I won't put it in a plane because it wouldn't be FAA legal, but I'm going to put it on my desk. Okay. I have the flight controls. Good job. All right. So now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you S turns over the road.
Okay.
It's the same maneuver, split in half, with a different kind of a reference point, that's all. Now, we may get a little bumpy as I get close to the hill just because we may have a little wind coming over.
Right.
But it's nothing to get, and I'm saying this as much for our passenger. All right? So now, I'm going to set myself up. Isn't this pretty?
I love it.
Could you just do this all day?
Yeah, I certainly could.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it would be habit forming.
It is absolutely habit forming. Okay. So now, I'm going to hold altitude. Now I'm down to my 1,600. I'm going to slow this plane down because I don't want to get over the houses if I can help it.
Now imagine they're not going to be your friend.
No, I try to not, fly right over the top. Now, as soon as this road goes under our butt, I'm going to rotate. So there we are. I'm going to pick a turn to go around. So the road, right where that car's coming, there's a tree. That spot on the road, right where the car is now, that's my rotation point, okay?
Okay.
It's in front of my wing, so I shallowed out. Now it's on my wing, so I can keep it in. Maintain my altitude. Now, as soon as I'm over the road again, I got to do the same thing on the other side. So we go the other way. And I see a spot. I can't describe it, but it's just behind my wingtip. So I'm tightening up the turn a little. Okay? Right where the car is now. That's my spot.
Gotcha.
Okay, that telephone pole there.
Northeast, Skyhawk number 172, Lima Kilo.
It's in front, so I need to shallow out, don't I, Clint?
You're pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, you're
right there, and you're right over the road, and I'm square, and I'm at 1,600 feet. I went up and down maybe 80 feet in the course of the maneuver. So that's as turns over the road. You're picking two very quick, pretty close. We don't want to pick one way the heck out there. We'll be way over the houses. The tighter we do this radius, that's why I want to do it at about 90 knots instead of 105. It'll keep the radius of the turn shorter and keep me from, really irritating the neighbors too much. So, I'm going to set us up again and let you fly.
Great. We can do that.
We can do that? How you feeling?
Fantastic.
How about back there, Mark?
Great.
Don't need the zigzag?
No.
And I'm not doing it right. I'll try harder.
I know you need to try harder.
Yeah, that sun's an ass kicker.
Yeah, we get used to it.
Well, I mean, you just fly off the side.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. And the glass is all
Yeah,
scratched.
it's all scratched. Well, and I didn't wash it. It got washed this morning, but it's gotten dusty again, so it happens. All right, so let's set you back up. So we're at 1,800 feet. As I told you on the ground, the pasture down there is about 800, so we're 1,000 feet above the ground. One of the reasons why we do this out here is if the unthinkable happened and the engine quit, we have all kinds of places to land. We just go over to the ranch house and ask for a phone or, well,
Depends how you
a
land.
beer. Yeah, Oh, we always land pretty.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll put you back down to about 1,700. I'm going to trim this up for a little slower. Yeah, better. Okay, so the road down there is Campo Road, or Highway 94, correct, through Hemmerville Valley. Okay, you have the flight controls. I got your power. We're at 1,600 feet. Bring the nose up just a little bit so we stop our descent. Not a lot. All right, so as soon as that road goes underneath you on the left, turn to the right, and we'll pick a pivot point together.
Okay.
Ready? 3,
Here we go.
2, 1. Okay, about where that car's going away from us there, past the yellow sign. Stay out, keep your head up, keep your wing coming on around. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Now roll the other way and pick another spot. All right, there you go. Yeah, there you go. See where the telephone pole is with the brown patch?
Yep.
All right where that truck's going, that's your spot.
Gotcha.
Hold the nose up a little bit so we don't sink anymore. There you go. Tighten up, it's moving behind your wing. Oh, man. All right, you really are with the FAA, and you're just out checking on me, right?
You did
Okay.
good, Clint.
That's great.
Okay.
What do you think? For
Piece
first
of cake.
time around? Piece of cake. All right. Yeah, you're a ringer.
Well, you know what? It's feel. It is feel.
It is feel. It's feel and kind of seeing it. And those people that can see it and feel it early, the physical part of flying the airplane comes easier they'll end up struggling on something like cross-country navigation or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, the actual physically flying the airplane will come